Welcome to the Women's Health Issues Seminar. I am Dr. Lisa Palmer, the head physician here at Palmer Natural Health. Tonight's topic is women's health and why, unfortunately, as women, we do have some health issues that could be occurring. One of the most common things that we see in this office, 12 million women suffer from it. Any guesses? Thyroid, right? You can read. Good job. Thyroid. Okay, yes. Good job. Okay. So your thyroid is a bow tie shaped gland in the front of your neck. So everybody touch the front of your neck. Okay, so that's where your thyroid is located. With that gland, unfortunately, it's very susceptible to different things in our environment. The thyroid gland controls your weight, whether you want to lose weight or whether you want to gain weight. Okay, so people are like, why would you want to gain weight? Well, there's some people I know, poor them, that can't gain weight. Okay, and then unfortunately, there's a lot of women that we want to lose weight and we can't lose weight. It's the gland. Now you have something to blame. You can blame the gland. Okay? It also controls how much energy you have and how much energy you don't have. So there's a lot of women that are super tired, right? But we don't have time to be tired because we have husbands to take care of, boyfriends to take care of, hopefully not the same woman with the husband and the boyfriend, okay? We have children, we have jobs, we have houses, we have all these things that require our energy, our focus. And if mama goes down, what happens to the rest of the family? Right? If mama's tired, so these poor women, and maybe there's a couple of you guys in here as well, that drink coffee in the morning to get going, and then they have a shot of espresso later, and then they may have a sweet tea or an iced tea or maybe an energy drink or all these things just to keep going. Some people are doing what I used to do, which is candy, right? Okay, well, I'm tired, so if I have some chocolate, I'll have energy from the sugar, or if I eat jelly beans, or if I don't know, eat something sweet, the sugar will give you energy to push through. Okay, that's not exactly what you want to do because the sugar will take you up and then drop you down. Okay, so I remember a time where I was driving and I was tired. So what did they tell you? If you're driving and you're tired, what should you do? You should pull over because that's the responsible thing to do, right? Or they tell you to drink what? Coffee or something with caffeine. So I said, okay, good. I stopped at a rest stop. I'm like, okay, I'll have a Coca-Cola and drink a Coca-Cola, right? Because it has caffeine and it has sugar. What did it do to me? I was so tired, I almost fell asleep driving. A truck driver saved me. Okay, so I drank the soda. I figured with caffeine and sugar, I'm good to go. I had my hand like this, and I was driving, and all of a sudden I hear beep, 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 and I looked to my side, and there was an 18-wheeler next to me, and he was going like this. And I had no clue I was falling asleep. So it saved my life, and I was like, okay, pulling over, took a nap, and good food in me. Okay, so being tired, having thyroid problems can literally kill you if you're tired when you're driving. And I have women tell me all the time, they're like, yeah, you know, I drive home from work, and I really don't know how I got there. You know, like I got in my car and I started driving and they just end up at their house and they don't remember the drive. That's kind of dangerous, okay? Thyroids also control all female hormones, okay? So whether you still are menstruating or if you're in menopause, it controls all your hormones. So it can affect your mood, it can affect the quality of your hair, it can affect the quality of your skin, it can affect your libido or lack of libido. It can affect anything in your female cycle or anything regarding hormones. And the last thing that the thyroid does, it controls whether you feel too hot or too cold. So there was a while back when my thyroid was just not working very well at all. And when I went outside and it was hot, I was like burning up, like miserable. And I told my husband, you got to turn on the air, you got to turn on the air, right? And then he turned on the air and I'm like, no, it's too cold. Like there was like a fine line. You guys are all shaking your head. Yeah, there's like a fine line. He's like, I just turned on the air. I'm like, no, turn off the air. And then he turned it off. And I'm like, no, turn it on. So you can't regulate temperature if your thermostat, right, what controls temperature is not working properly, okay? So there's a reason for that. Things that can be caused by problems with the thyroid, okay? So it can make you gain weight. It can make you too skinny. It can make you tired. It can make you not be able to think. It can make you sad. It can make you mad. It can make you irritable. It can make you emotional roller coaster, right? So one minute you're like, la, 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 and the next minute it's like, I hate you, blah, 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 right? Like you're just like like a crazy person, okay? That's thyroid. They make you appear pale, make your nails break. It can cause hot flashes. Dry skin and hair, it can make you constipated. It can make you too hot or too cold. It can make you have chronic joint pain in all your muscles, right? Your muscles just feel stiff and uncomfortable. It can have you, make you have low sex drive or no sex drive. And cause PMS symptoms or hair loss. So PMS stands for what? Premenstrual syndrome, right? So it's a syndrome that occurs before a woman's period. Are syndromes normal? No, right? So like Down syndrome is not normal. It's a chromosomal defect. Okay, but people think PMS is normal. Why? Because it's so common, right? Like, oh, people are like, yeah, that's my normal PMS. Before my period, my boobs get tender, and I get grumpy, and I cry, and then I want to eat tons of chocolate, and then my period's horrible, and I have cramping and all of that. When someone has their menstrual cycle, all of that should happen is the menses, right? The wall of the uterus should be taken down, you know, and come out, right? So the menses part, and that's it. You ovulate, the uterus wall gets shed, that's it. That's your menstrual cycle. It doesn't mean breast tenderness. It doesn't mean you turn into a monster. It doesn't mean you cry. It doesn't mean your boobs hurt. It doesn't mean you get bloated. It doesn't mean you get cramps. Those are symptoms that are from hormonal imbalances. Okay? Now, if we talk to later years, right, menopause, men refers to menses. Why is it called men? I don't know. It comes from Latin, right? So men referring to menses or the cycle. Pause means what?
Stop.
It stops. So menopause means what? The menses stop, right? Your cycle stops. Does it mean hot flashes? No. Does it mean dry vagina? No. Does it mean no libido? Does it mean act like a crazy person? No. Okay. It doesn't mean any of those things. It just means your period stopped. That's it. Okay. Now, the reason why when women have menopause, have hot flashes, and have no libido, and their hair falls out, and all these different things, is because they have hormonal imbalances. Okay? Now, where do these hormonal balances occur? What happens? Well, I'm about to tell you. Wouldn't that be interesting, right? Because if we could fix the cause of the hormonal imbalances, whether you're male or female, right, we can help the body heal. So I know this is a women's seminar, but if we're talking about men, so low T. You guys hear the low T in the news? Low T means a low testosterone. Why would a man's testosterone be low? Why would a woman's estrogen be low? Why would a woman's progesterone be low? So these are hormones, right? So women make all of these. Men just make the testosterone part. Why would they be low? Yeah, your thyroid, exactly right, your thyroid. But what would cause the thyroid to not make hormones properly or cause imbalances in hormone? The medical treatment of this is what? If you have menopausal symptoms or if you have PMS symptoms, what's the medical treatment? Pills, what kind of pills? The wrong ones, okay. What do they put you on? Synthroid, okay, so they can put you on thyroid hormone. Should your thyroid make its own hormone? Yes. So to me, is that a solution? No. What other kind of stuff would they put you on? Birth control, right? So if they can't find a solution, then unfortunately they think you're depressed or you're anxious or whatever, which depression and anxiety are caused by imbalances, typically, not always, but from the thyroid. Okay? So, or they could put you on progesterone cream. If you give your body some, so by the way, if you guys are on any of this stuff, I'm not telling you to stop it. Please do not stop it, okay? You can work with your healthcare provider, or if you're with us in this office, you can work with your practitioner, and we can assist you with those things. So please don't be like, I'm not taking that, because it'll totally make you imbalanced. So I just want to clarify, okay? But if you're taking progesterone cream, and your progesterone is low already, so your body's making some progesterone, right? And your doctor says, oh, it's low. So then they give you progesterone cream, and what happens? You make even less. Okay, so is that fixing the problem? Or a guy, right, if he has low T or low testosterone, and he takes a steroid, or he takes testosterone, what happens to his testicles? Because they don't need to work as hard. Same thing if women still have their ovaries, same thing with the ovaries. The ovaries start to kind of shrivel up because they don't have to work as hard. Now I get this question, now what if someone has hormonal issues and they take out the uterus because they don't know what to do and they take out the ovaries? Can you still make hormone? Yes, because this makes hormone. Your thyroid still makes hormone, and your adrenal glands still make hormone, and your pituitary gland in your brain still helps with hormones. Okay? So don't fall into, well, if they took everything out, then you have to replace that. No, your body is so smart that even if you remove organs, those other glands can still help. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. All right, so what irritates this thyroid? Chlorine and chemicals. Okay, where do you get chlorine from? Swimming pool, yes. Where else? Bleach. Bleach, yes. Where else? Somebody said it? Water. Right? So if you're on city water, you're going to have chlorine. The city puts chlorine in your water. Some chlorine you can smell and some chlorine you can't smell. Actually, the kind that you can't smell is even worse. Okay? So the thyroid likes a component called iodine. Iodine and chlorine are very similar in a chemical makeup. What exists more in our society, iodine or chlorine? Chlorine. So the body is starving for iodine, and it says, oh my goodness, where's my iodine? Oh no, there's no iodine. So it takes the chlorine and binds that to the thyroid gland. Then what happens to the thyroid gland? It gets off balance, right? And then you have all these symptoms. Okay? What else can bother the thyroid gland is metals. Okay? Linda's seminar next week is going to give you a whole list of different chemicals and metals in different very common beauty products. Shampoos, conditioners, makeup, cosmetics, deodorants, that kind of thing. So to give you an example, an antiperspirant works because it blocks the sweat glands. It blocks your pores. Is it normal to sweat? Yes. Yeah, that's how we cool down. So it's actually abnormal to block your pores. But everybody's like, but Dr. Palmer, I don't want to be sweaty. We live in Florida. Sorry, but we also don't have snow, right? Hopefully we don't have snow. Okay, so an antiperspirant is aluminum particles that get put in your pores, in your armpit, that block sweat. Well, the problem is that it also gets absorbed by your body. Okay, the end of your breast actually ends up in your armpit. The tail, they call it the tail of the breast, is in your armpit. So if you're putting aluminum antiperspirant in your armpit, what's getting in your breast? Aluminum. And does it just stay in the breast tissue? No, it also ends up here. What does aluminum do in the brain? Alzheimer's, very good. Yeah, so it makes you lose your memory. It makes it more difficult to think. It can lead to Alzheimer's or dementia. It's one of the causes of multiple sclerosis or ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. Okay, so people tend to get some of those things when they get older. Why would you get it when you get older? Exactly. It accumulates all these years of putting antiperspirant on. You get higher and higher levels, and then unfortunately it does cross the blood-brain barrier, ends up in your brain, and now you're like, I'm in the kitchen. Why am I in the kitchen? I'm in the garage, and you're like holding like a thing of water in the garage, and like, why am I in the garage, right? You start to lose your memory. Sometimes it's short-term memory, sometimes it's long-term memory, sometimes it's both. Make sense? Don't worry, I have solutions for you, because some of you guys are like, Okay, artificial sweeteners. The blue packet, the pink packet, the yellow packet, okay? They destroy brain and spinal cord tissue, okay? They also turn to formaldehyde in your system. So formaldehyde is the chemical that preserves frogs. If you want to be very well preserved from the inside out, you can, use sucralose like Splenda or Equal or aspartame, the pink packet. Okay? It destroys your brain and spinal cord. What controls the thyroid gland? Your brain and spinal cord, right? So if you're destroying that, it's going to have an effect on anything and everything. Okay, don't shoot me yet. Okay? What's the most common place to find artificial sweeteners? Diet sodas. Anything that says diet. Okay? What else? chewing gum. Every single chewing gum in the grocery store has artificial sweeteners. Every single one. If you're really bored one day, check. I did that. I'm a nerd like that. I'm like, well, how about this one? Well, how about this one? Well, how about this one? Every single one.
Sugar-free?
Every single one I found, your typical ones, yes, are artificial sweeteners. Yeah. Now, if you go to a health food store, there's one called Pure and there's one called Spry. Spry, S-P-R-Y. And Pure, you know how to spell Pure. So those are sweetened with xylitol. Xylitol is a wood sugar alcohol, and that's okay. It's derived from bark. The body knows what to do with food, or knows what to do with plants. It doesn't know what to do with chemicals. Okay. So gum, diet sodas, any kind of reduced calorie or diet, whatever, whether it's cookies or cake or that kind of thing, if it says diet, it has artificial sweeteners. Or if it says 0 calories, artificial sweeteners. Okay, so that's like if you see diet or 0 calories, that you should just put the skull and crossbones there and don't even touch it. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Are you guys mad at me yet? No. Okay, good. Okay. Grains, so unfortunately grains, not greens, grains, like oats, wheat, corn, those types of things are really harsh on the thyroid. So I'm not saying stop eating them, but just be aware. They use corn in the cattle industry to do what? That's right. Put weight on cows. Okay, what does corn do for us? That's right, exactly. And then unfortunately, a majority of it is genetically modified. So what does that do? Who knows what it does? It can wreck anything, right? Who knows? Because there's no long-term studies on it. Okay, whereas other countries have banned, including Mexico, have banned genetically modified foods. But we're like, yeah, sure, it's fine, we'll eat it. And then finally, dairy. Okay, so I'm not saying with all cases, but some cases, dairy can be challenging on the thyroid gland. And if it's challenging on the thyroid gland, what does it do to PMS? Makes it worse. What's it do to menopausal symptoms? Makes it worse. Okay, makes sense? So we actually have a solution for you guys. So some of you guys are like, all right, fine. So I can't eat this, and I can't do that, and I can't drink my stuff, and I can't use beauty products. And what do you want me to do? Like drink water that doesn't have chlorine and like live on air? No. We want to clean the body up, okay? Because we do have to function in this environment, okay? We clean the body up through nutrition response testing, okay? Nutrition response testing is a non-invasive way of figuring out what areas of the body are working well and what areas of the body are just not working well at all, okay? We look for the cause of problems because maybe it is chlorine in your body or maybe it is aluminum in your body. There is a cause to why the body is not working 100%.